The 2001 Mr. Olympia was thought by many to be another controversial contest. Ronnie won his fourth Olympia title and Jay Cutler was placed second after he was placed eighth at the 2000 Mr. Olympia. These pictures are taken from muscletime.com and ambal.ru. Many thought that Jay deserved to win the title that night because he was better than Ronnie. Either way, that event presented Jay as a real threat to the reign of the champ. He was placed second to Ronnie in 2001, 2003, 2004, and 2005 before he finally managed to dethrone the king in 2006. Both had incredible double biceps pose. The peak in the biceps was insane, but overall, I would easily give this pose to Jay Cutler. He looked more aesthetic and the sweep in his lats was wider and more impressive. His waist was smaller and more aesthetic, and his wheels overall were mind-blowing with the sheer size and the conditioning they had that night. The front lat spread shows the width Jay had in his lats over Ronnie. The width in Jay's chest and shoulders added to the greatness of this pose. Both had incredible conditioning with all the striations in their shoulders and chest. Great pose for them both, but I would give it to Jay, who easily looks wider and more aesthetic. Another front lat spread shows the overall size Jay had in his lats and wheels. Their conditioning was awesome with striations in their chest and quads. Unfortunately, I have only this low quality picture for the side chest pose. In general, both Ronnie and Jay had incredible chest area, and it shows in this pose. Ronnie's shoulders and arms look more impressive, and his chest looks more pumped and rounded. Both had tight midsection in this pose, but overall, I would give the side chest to Ronnie Coleman. The side triceps was one of Ronnie's least impressive poses. His triceps didn't show well in this pose. Jay, on the other hand, used to hit an impressive pose making use of his great triceps development. Jay's midsection looks ripped and insanely conditioned, and we will come to see that in the abs and thighs, another pose that easily goes to Jay Cutler. People argue that Ronnie won the contest from the back. His back was better conditioned and more ripped than that of Jay, but just to maintain credibility, I don't think Jay's back was bad. Not at all. I think it was really good and impressive. Maybe not as hard or as ripped or detailed as Ronnie's, but it was still very impressive. Both hit an impressive back double biceps. Both have incredible shoulders and arms development. Although Jay was as wide or maybe even wider than Ronnie, yet Ronnie's back was highly ripped and conditioned overall. Both had impressive traps and upper lats, but Jay always had an issue with his lower back, contrary to Ronnie, who was known for having incredible lower back development. The lower section shows Ronnie's superiority in the glutes area, which was more ripped and striated than that of Jay. Both had incredible wheels development with the sheer size and conditioning they had in this area. Another back double biceps shot shows that Jay was the wider in the lats. Both had massive shoulders and arms, and the peak in the biceps was awesome. Here we can see the issue with Jay's lower back, as he always had these wrinkles there, contrary to Ronnie, whose lower back was one of his powerful areas. The lower section shows the insane level of conditioning Ronnie had in his glutes. Overall, I would give this pose to Ronnie Coleman. The lat spread pose with Kevin Levrone, who was placed third. This pose shows the width Jay had in his lats over Ronnie. Ronnie's lat spread is definitely not as impressive nor as wide as that of Jay or Kevin, who also hits a great pose in this shot. Ronnie's lower back and glutes were superior, but Jay's wheels, shear size, and conditioning were insane. Another lat spread shot shows the width and the thickness Jay had in his lats. Probably he wasn't as ripped or conditioned as Ronnie in the lower back or the glutes, but his overall size in the lats and the wheels and the conditioning he had in his hamstrings would give him the win in this pose. It's fair to say that Jay Cutler had the best abs among all Mr. Olympia winners since Arnold. He had incredibly ripped abs and visible obliques. His midsection was so aesthetic and small in comparison to Ronnie, whose midsection was among his least impressive areas. Another abs and thighs pose shows the incredible level of conditioning Jay had in his six-pack, or maybe eight-pack abs. He definitely had the best abs among the Olympia winners. You can also see the sheer size and the striations they both had in their wheels. But I still think Jay's wheels were better overall, and he easily wins this pose. The most muscular pose shots are scarce from this contest. Both used to hit impressive most muscular pose in their prime. The sheer size and conditioning they had in their massive shoulders, chest, and arms would add to the greatness of this pose. Look at the striations they both had in all areas, especially in the mind-blowing quads. Another shot which clearly shows the size and the width they both had in their chest, shoulders, and arms. The traps show perfectly, but no one can ignore the development Jay had in his wheels when it comes to the sheer size and conditioning he had. They look way more impressive than those of Ronnie in this shot. Not to mention that his calves were more huge and developed. So overall, Jay Cutler brought a great Olympia winning physique on stage that night. He definitely dominated Ronnie from the front and was more aesthetic overall with that mind-blowing midsection. He also had wider lats, and that was clearly shown in the front and the back lat spread poses. In his prime, Jay arguably had the most complete physique among the Olympia winners. It is his bad luck that put him in competition with another insanely powerful bodybuilder called Ronnie Coleman. So Jay finished a runner-up for 4 times to Ronnie. Otherwise, he would have definitely won the Olympia title for more than 4 years. That was all for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.